cannot call them because they're not my clients, but you can call them because they are your clients. And now you help them simplify, because let's face it, nobody likes to talk about insurance. It's very intimidating. But if you have somebody that knows what they're doing, they make it simple and they're in your corner, people says, okay, one less thing I have to worry. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's do it, Rosie. Just do what you told me to do, because I trust you. So once they trust you, it's done. It's there. That's why I'm not saying that people that want, they're looking for a new career and things like that, you can do it. But
And
the
you'll
key,
train them, right? Like
and
you'll give them all the guidance, weekly meetings to
they
make
will
sure
be
that they're
under my wing. I
successful.
mean, I will not let you go. I tell people that once you're in Rosie's sphere, you can do two things. You can pull back and not enjoy the ride, or you can raise your hands and enjoy the ride, because I'm going to drag you even if you don't want to. And guess what? I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can say, just, I'm not involved in the Medicare world or whatever. I just know Rosie from, we served in the board at the HPWA together, and, and I've known her from networking and just being in the community. And she's made some amazing introductions and referrals for me of people, that I think she has this like Medicare matchmaker mindset, but she carries that through everything. So whenever she's talking to somebody else and she realizes that it would be a great fit, she even, for like a client of mine, like she even introduced somebody to me for one of my clients, because she felt that they need to be introduced to my client. So then I was able, to briefly meet with that person and be like, I do think it's a good fit for my client. Let me go ahead and make an introduction to my client. So you're changing lives and creating opportunities. And, that's free. You don't really charge for that. That's just kind of like a
No, that
bonus from
that
just being
that gives,
associated with you.
that actually is my fix. That's how I get rewarded. So sometimes you get rewarded with money, but to me, when I see that relationship brought something to the table, and I always tell this, Nicole, and you and I know that when Victoria was born, you wanted to be there for her.
Of
And
course.
my biggest pain is that I was a single and absent mother when my children were little. And I can change my past, but I can't change my future. And I remember you saying with your heart, that's what you wanted to do. Of course, pandemic happened, but then I introduced you to a friend of mine that pretty much kept you alive through the
Afloat.
pandemic.
Oh yeah.
You were still able to breastfeed your child until she was older and all that stuff, because you were able to realize this is you true what you really wanted, the dream that you wanted to live.
Yeah, once I had Victoria, I think, part of when I said, I want to start my own company, obviously you want to have a freedom. I think that that's, one of the primary reasons why people quit their 9 to 5 and say, I want to start my own company. I want to be there for my family. I want to be more present for myself. I want to be able to go exercise and be able to have better work-life balance. So yes, when I was pregnant with my daughter and when I had her, I knew I wanted to be able to juggle both. But the hard reality of being a mother, it's called the motherhood penalty. Like, it's a huge drag on your career. I can't, I've got an infant. It's the middle of a pandemic. I literally cannot be networking out there. I cannot be meeting people. I cannot be going to, let me tell you a funny, true story. I had a new business appointment, potential new client, hired a nanny to take care of my infant daughter while I went to that new business meeting. The nanny never showed up. And she didn't even call. So I was like, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? And finally I was like, so I had to make a call. I'm like, do I cancel my appointment or do I just bring my daughter with me? And so I said, I'm bringing my daughter with me. And I exclusively breastfed Victoria for 4 years. So she never had a bottle. Like, I didn't have a bottle prepared. Like, I think I had like frozen milk in the freezer for for the nanny. Like, and I wasn't about to do all that. So I'm wearing a suit, like jacket and everything, makeup, blah, 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 and I've got my daughter in the stroller. I'm listening to the client tell me about their company. It's serious stuff, right? Like serious business. And I'm hearing my daughter and I know she's hungry. And I just said, excuse me, I'm so sorry. She's hungry and I'm breastfeeding her. So if you don't mind, I need to breastfeed her right now. We can continue talking. And I just picked her up, lifted up my shirt, put her there, and with a suit, I'm like, continued the meeting. And it was like, Nicole, don't make this awkward. It's not awkward unless you make it awkward. Like,
Yeah.
just, and then when she was done, I put her back down and continued and closed the meeting, finished writing my notes. And I was like, however that went, if it went well, good. And if it, like, this is me, like you said about accepting yourself and just being like, this is me.